I mean, that's a potential solution.
Do they pay them? This is because I'm looking for this. I'm asking. Do they pay them minimum wage or below minimum wage, or what do they do?
To that, I'm not positioned to give an answer to that because I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
They do give a minimum. I'm sorry to add to your point. They do give a minimum salary. It's called unskilled unskilled visa, I believe. They do give them minimum salary. However, the problem with that is that it is very expensive for the farmers, the employer who's bringing them in, because they would have to pay the other costs that are involved in the process of hiring them, bringing them, and all that stuff.
So again, we're back to the same point, because what's happening is, if you're, and so the farmer's going to be in the same situation. Like, does he apply for a visa? Does he apply for all of those things and then have to pay minimum wage, which he would have to pay for an American worker anyway? The only reason they're actually employing that illegal immigrant is because he's taken a fraction of the wage. And so you're back to the same problem, which Trump has foreseen, and hence why he's trying to give this amnesty, because he knows these illegal immigrants are getting paid a significant amount lower, and hence how they're able to financially continue operating their farm. Larry, what's your thoughts?
I actually am a farmer, if you guys want to hear from a farmer.
Yeah, I do, Levy. Jump in. Thanks for jumping in. By the way, if I don't come to you and you go...
They'd subsidies, they'd have to go bankrupt for the health care, and they'd have to pay like double the wages they're used to paying. And so I want these reforms, and I think we can do them if we have strategic policies over a decade, and we actually invest in young Americans to work, because they also don't have skeletal muscles. A lot of them have never done chores. Their parents, fold their laundry and do all their chores. And we have a whole generation of people who don't even know how to swing a hammer. We'll train them for 5 years, and they'll be below where I was when I was 14. And doing farming. Like, it's crazy, because they need any new laws from Congress, who have all the financial incentives not to change the laws to help the American workers, and they haven't for decades. They actually, since the 1920s, have purposely bankrupted small farms by making it impossible for them to make money with their tractors. All you have to do is pay them the same wage, which is what the point you were making earlier. If you pay you pay migrant workers what American workers do and enforce minimum wage laws, that makes it competitive. So they're only hiring people when they have a gap in the labor market, because they have no financial benefit then. So by making people pay the same wages, or to mega farms back wages, like they've been ripping them off for 10 years, if you just make
a question on that.
Yes.
Because in the UK, I've spoken to farmers, and maybe the UK, US